Welcome to the tutorial on multiplexers part 1. So in good old times, we used to make use of multiplexers or muxes in order to choose between different resources. So as an example, what we used to do is if we wanted to make use of a computer with the printer and we just had a single printer, so we would make use of a data switch which would choose between the different PCs and connect the required PC with the printer and we could take the printout. So the data switch was acting as a mux to switch or to choose between the different resources, and in this case the resource was a computer. Okay, so the computer was acting as a source and the printer was acting as a destination and the data switch was acting as a mux. So multiplexers, or in short mux, provides the digital equivalent of an analog selector switch. You have a digital multiplexer which basically connects one of the n inputs to a single output line so that the logic value of the input is transferred to the output. In some of the multiplexers, you also have an enable input pin. Generally, this enable input pin is considered to be logic 0 or active low case. Now, I did mention that digital multiplexers provide the digital equivalent of an analog selector switch. So, let me explain that with an example. So here we have an example of a 4:1 mux. So if it is a 4:1 mux, I consider 4 to be equal to 2 to the power 2. That means I will require 2 select inputs. And in general, I can represent a mux to be 2 to the power n:1 mux. Wherein, if you look at the block diagram, you have 2 to the power n data inputs and you have a single output, hence the name 2:n:1 mux. Coming to the functionality of the analog selector switch, or I can also call it as the analog select function, and in this particular case it would be a 4:1 mux. The reason because we have 4 inputs at the source, that is source A, source B, source C and source D, and we have a select switch and we have an enable switch. So when the analog selector is in position A, like the diagram that is shown, the data will be routed from the source A to the output through the select switch. So here this enable switch is connected in series with the output line, which has to be closed for the data transmission. So let us look into other examples which currently we are using. So here is a typical application of a mux wherein we have multiple sources like the MP3 player, a laptop, a digital satellite, a digital cable TV, and we have a selector and we have the destination. So you can see that this mux is having 4 inputs which are denoted as D0, D1, D2 and D3, and the selector pins are represented as A and B. Because there are 2 selector pins, the various combinations in terms of binary representation could be 00, 01, 10, 11. So if I am going to select or have a combination of 00, it is going to select MP3 player, 01, it is going to select laptop, 10, the digital satellite, and 11, it is going to select the digital cable TV. So depending upon my selector switch, what will happen is any one of this source will be connected to the destination, which is the surround sound system. Now, with this, we'll move forward towards understanding what is a 4:1 mux. So from the block diagram that you can see, the 4:1 mux is provided with an enable input, and there are 4 input lines D0, D1, D2 and D3, and the 2 select lines are S1 and S0 with an output represented as F. Now, if you look at the truth table, you can see that when the enable input is high or enable pin is 1, irrespective of the type of the select inputs that you give, the output of the 4:1 mux is going to be 0. If the enable input is equal to 0 and depending upon your select inputs and depending upon what is available at the input side, we are going to get the output. For example, if the select pins are having 0, 0 and at D0, that is this particular line, you have a 0, then the function output F will have a 0. If it has a 1, output function will be 1. For a combination of the select inputs to be 0, 1, the output will be D1. So depending upon whatever is available at D1, that is 0 or 1, that will be available at function F. Same way it continues for a select input combination of 1, 0 and for a combination of 1, 1. So that is being highlighted here in yellow and in green color. So in general, if I have to tell you, when enable is high, irrespective of the type of the input that you are going to provide, the function F output is going to be 0, and when enable is 0, the data at the addressed or the selected input will appear at the output. So let us look into the simplified truth table. So here is a simplified truth table which is being specified, wherein I have the enable input, I have the select switches and I have the function F. So for enable 1, function F is 0. For remaining, when enable is 0, depending upon what are the select inputs, the output is going to be either D0, 0, 1, it's going to be D1, 1, 0, D2, 1, 1, D3. Now let us see how to obtain the equation for this particular case. So you can write the SOP equation for the function F to be equal to, only considering the enable pin to be active low, this will be equal to D0 into E bar into S1 bar into S0 bar plus D1 into E bar S1 bar S0 plus D2 E bar S1 bar S1 S0 bar plus D3 E bar S1 S0. Now from this SOP equation for a 4:1 mux, we can draw the logic diagram. Okay, so I have repeated the SOP equation again and I can draw the logic diagram in this way, wherein I have considered a NOT gate in order to show the representation of the complemented terms. So we have E bar here, we have S1 bar here and we have S0 bar here. So in order to show the product term, I have used the AND gate, and in order to show the sum term, I have used the OR gate. Now, next one is 4:1 mux using IC 74153. Before we proceed with this IC 74153, in general you should know that there are several multiplexes of 2 to the power n⁻1 which are available in IC packages. and these include the 2:1, 4:1, 8:1 or 16:1 marks. And large number of these inputs can be accommodated by cascading the available multiplexers. So in this particular case, what I am going to explain is a 4:1 marks which is packaged as a dual 4:1 marks. Okay, so you can see that we have the IC 74153 having 4 inputs here and an enable pin with one output F1. So this is one 4:1 marks, and you have another set of inputs represented as B with enable input and a function F2. So this is another 4:1 marks. But the select inputs are common to both the multiplexer, that is S0 and S1. So here we can see that there are two identical and independent 4:1 marks, and each marks will have a separate enable input. And the first enable input I have represented as EN1, and the second enable input I have represented as EN2. So looking at the truth table, you can observe that we are considering only output to be available when the enable pin is at active low. Okay, so for the inputs, then both the enable inputs are 0, 0, 0, and you have different combinations of the select switches. You can see that at the output F1 and F2, for F1 you have A0, A1, A2 and A3 available, and for F2 you have B0, B1, B2 and B3 available. Whereas in the case of the second partition, which is shown in pink color, when the enable input is 0, for different select inputs you obtain the output function for F1, whereas because the enable input is high, you get output to be equal to 0. So the same process repeats for the third part, wherein you have the enable 1 to be high and the output to be 0, and when enable 2 is 0, you have different outputs corresponding to the second part of the marks. Okay, whereas when both the enable pins are active high, irrespective of the type of the select switch that you provide or the select inputs that you provide, the output is going to be 0. Now, with this understanding, let us solve some numericals wherein we make use of the IC 74153. So the question says we need to configure a 4-bit marks using IC 74153. Since it is a 4-bit marks, that means I will require 4 bits, 4 input bits, correct? So you know that IC 74153 is a dual 4:1 marks, right? So I can provide 2 bits from there. So since the question is asked to provide or configure a 4-bit marks, I need to make use of 4 different bits, and I am going to use it as D, C, B and A. Okay. So you have D3, D2, D1, D0, C3, C2, C1, C0, B3, B2, B1, B0 and A3, A2, A1, A0. Because it makes use of an IC 74153 which is having just 2 select pins, I am going to use the select pins to be S1 and as you can see, I have this one single 74153 IC having the bit D and C, whereas I have another IC 74153 having bits B and A. In both the cases, what I need to ensure is that if the circuit has to function, then I need to have the enable input to be logic 0. So that is why I am using a NOT gate here to make it a logic 0. So you can see a NOT gate is provided and that has been given to enable input here and enable input here. Now you may say that we were using two different enable inputs for the IC 74153, that is because you had two different muxes. So because the select switches are same, we write them on the upper end. In a similar manner, if you want to represent the enable pin to be common for both the muxes, I can write it on the top. Or there is another way of representation, like the way we had represented for the initial IC, wherein I can use the enable pin again to show for different muxes, and that I have shown it in green color. So this is how you configure a 4-bit mux using IC 74153, and here you can see that you have a total of how many bits? You have D3, D3, D2, D1, D0, C3, C2, C1, C0, B3, B2, B1, B0, A3, A2, A1, A0. Bits are 4, okay? Bits are 4, but you have different combinations of select inputs. So you have F3, F2, F1, F0. So that means your F3 will give you an output D3, D2, D1, D0 depending upon the select input, and F2 will give you an output depending upon the select inputs as C3, C2, C1, C0. F1 will give you an output as B3, B2, B1, B0 depending on select input. In a similar way, F0 will give you an output of A3, A2, A1 and A0.